What's up, everybody? Christian Ballard here, coming at you from Ballard Sports Media with a pre-recorded video quickly on StreamYard, looking at the Alabama Mercer game as the Crimson Tide got a 48-11 victory on their first home game of the season yesterday, also marking the 20th anniversary of 9/11. I did a live stream and everything last night. And again, my thoughts and prayers are with those who are still affected by this, that were affected by this, and their families. So, but looking at today, um, Alabama opens the season up 44-13 against Miami last Saturday. Yesterday, an even bigger performance. Well, not defensively. I mean, they gave up one extra point this week, but they scored four more points, I guess, against if. Sorry about that, folks. So real quick, looking at this game here, 48-14. Again, last week with Miami, a 44-13 victory. So we gave up one extra point or something against Mercer. Okay, we scored four more points. Again, the Tide opener. I know I keep saying stuff like someone being a sportscaster. I try not to, but I've always had it in me to say that stuff for Alabama as a fan. Ultimately, when I look at this game and you look at the stats here, let's look at the box score. Let's look at that here real quick. Let me zoom in too. So Fred Payton was the key quarterback for Mercer. You see here, Fred Payton, 9 of 15 for what does that say? I can't even read it. 159 yards and two touchdowns and an interception. They don't have the QBR listed for him for some reason. But Fred Payton is the key guy there. And backup Carter Peavy got some action as the backup. He's a freshman from Lawrenceville, Georgia. Of course, Mercer is a school in Georgia. Also, Jake Fromm's little brother, Dylan Fromm, is a freshman on the team. I don't know if I want to say I'm surprised he didn't get playing time, or I don't know, but good for him to, I guess, be on the team. So Fred Payton, 9 of 15 for 149 yards, two touchdowns and a pick. Carter Peavy, 1 of 3 for 9 yards and a pick. You look at rushing, Fred Davis. I believe it is Fred Davis. Let me double check. For rushing, honestly, I'm not sure. Oh, no. It is. He's actually, believe it or not, he's a linebacker. But for whatever reason, he was rushing. He carried 12 times for 47 yards in total. The longest play he had was 9 yards. Alabama was just really good against the run. Great against the pass, but, again, when you look at the game and you go back, overall, it was, there were a couple plays where they gave up a passing touchdown or whatever. And Mercer, you got to understand, yes, they're not on Alabama's level. But also, it was late in the game, and actually, I'll share real quick here the play they gave up, or one of them at least. You look at this. Let's go to highlights here. Okay. I think it's this next play. So here's Peavy. Throws it. It's complete. So obviously not all that good secondary coverage. Tripped up linebackers trying to get there. You give credit to the quarterback, but look at this. Jordan Battle gives up the play here And you can tell, I mean, this is where, folks, that Jordan Battle should have been covering that. Let's see, that's number one is Devron Harper, who I've heard a little bit about from Mercer, actually. He's really their go-to key receiver. He's like this year for Alabama with, well, I don't know. We have quite a few guys, but like going into the season, you would have said maybe it's John Mechie. That's kind of their guy right here. But look at this. It's good O-line protection for the quarterback, right? So it's not necessarily that Bama just gave a play up. I mean, ultimately, there was something that clicked on Mercer in this moment here. And of course, we have a key guy here on the outside that gets tripped up. You see the quarterback, he senses the pressure right there. Of course, Alabama bringing the blitz. Phil Mathis is right there to pretty much try to sack him, and he gets pressure. But credit to the quarterback finding an open man as Jordan Battle just lets him by, and Devron Harper takes it in for the Bears touchdown. So you see that there. That's a key play. Ultimately, Fred Davis had 12 carries for 47 yards. Devron Harper had 2 receptions and a touchdown for 69 yards for Mercer in this game. So there was a blocked punt at some point in the game for Alabama. So special teams really came in handy. And I think that's something, I mean, I have mentioned as a fan what I want to see from Alabama. As much as I love to see the effort of offense and everything, I love to see pass rush. I love big plays defensively. And just, I mean, I I want this team to be more on defense. I love good pass rush, sacking the quarterback, getting after and getting turnovers. That's what I want to see. That's what I love to see. I love to see the offense too. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying take anything away from the offense. Keep it going. But, you know, I just would prefer to see more defense. Here, we're fixing to see a touchdown, if I'm not mistaken, beginning of the second quarter, I'm sorry. Throws wide open to Bolden. Or no, I think that's actually Cameron Latu, if I'm not mistaken. No, that is Bolden. 18 for Bolden, 81 for Cameron Latu. That was just a great play there. There was great O-line, in which I was live last night as I'm recording this on Sunday. I was live Saturday night after all the games. I get home from work. I go live. There's a lot that needs to be done on the offensive line for Alabama, but some good plays here. You got some guys blocking. They're doing what they can. You have Jace McClellan come out here as a lead blocker to kind of guide this safety right here. As you see standing there between the 10 and the 15-yard line for Mercer, you kind of see that pass rush there. Jace McClellan kind of draws near him in a way, if you look at it, and he's able to buy some time for Bryce. He's able to protect his quarterback just a little bit. And Bryce Young gets it to Latu, and he goes up and over. Or Bolden again. Again, I got it mixed up. That's Slade Bolden. Again, Cameron Latu, number 81, Bolden, number 18. I apologize. But he's able to buy some time there and get it to Slade Bolden. I'm not going to show the whole game, but overall, when I look at it, I just think that Alabama, it was just another game for them. Obviously, now Mercer's got Fred Payton. He's a great, he's a really good quarterback. And Mercer's a good school. It's a good team. And where they play football is not that bad. It's just not to the whole, like, it's one of those teams like, yes, they're good, but when they play Alabama, they're just not at that standard, right? They're currently 4th in their conference. They're in the Southern Conference. It is Division I, but it's FCS. So, like, over there, they're good where they play. They play with other teams like East Tennessee State, Furman, Wofford, Samford, Chattanooga, Citadel. Western Carolina. I mean, so some cupcake teams that, and I say that lightly. I'm not saying that to be a jerk or nothing. Cupcake in standard of Alabama, Georgia, Clemson. They scheduled these teams to get warm up games before a big opponent. Like Alabama always would have. They actually played in 2018, I think, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 2017, the week before the Iron Bowl, they played Mercer. So it hasn't been too long since these two teams have met. But like Alabama always picks a team like that to fill in holes between SEC games. Their next game, actually, next week, if I'm not mistaken, and you look at the schedule here, is in the Swamp at the Florida Gators. Let me see. Mercer, yes, it is a 3:30 game. It says 2:30 as I'm in Alabama in Central Time, but yes, on the 18th at 2:30 or 3:30, it'll be the 3:30 CBS game, going to the Swamp and getting ready for that. I'm looking more so forward to October 2nd with Ole Miss. Hopefully, I would hope if Ole Miss can keep it up and not lose, and if this is an undefeated matchup on October 2nd, this game is in Tuscaloosa. Could game day be going there? Could game day go to Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa for the Ole Miss game? I would hope so. But, again, getting back to this Mercer game, I mean, it was just punt, punt, punt all the way, really, for the Mercer Bears. I mean, there was a touchdown or two. There was an interception by Marcus Banks. No gain. I mean, Alabama did a lot of things well in the game, I would say. Paul Tyson got in there late in the third quarter, when it's time to put the backups in. And Paul Tyson got some action in the game, too. So I'm very excited about that. Overall, when I look at this game in Alabama, it was not perfect, but it was good, right? Is it good enough? To Nick Saban, he's never satisfied until the trophy is in his hands. I mean, is this a championship Alabama team? If I'm being honest, I think it can be. You can sit there and say, well, it's Alabama. Of course it is. It's not what it was last year. I told you, this is a defensive-led Alabama team. They have scored 44 and 48, but it's Mercer and it's Miami. And quite honestly, it doesn't look like Miami's going to be on much of a good track this year. I'm not trying to throw them under the bus, but it is what it is. I really don't think they're going to get a true test until the Ole Miss game, because then they're playing Matt Corral, they're playing Snoop Connor, and all the Ole Miss gang, right? The offensive Ole Miss, that's just firepower with Lane Kiffin with such a great mind. They ain't got no defense, but that is Alabama's first true test, I think, for the defense. Unless maybe you want to say next Saturday in the Swamp with Emory Jones, although a lot of people are saying like Emory Jones is not bad, but I mean it's not Kyle Trask, and he is a little undersized in ways. But overall, I won't go too far into this. I will say that I like some things from this Alabama win. I really did. Overall, it was just a dominant performance when you look at it on paper. Like this was just one of those games. When they say it looks better on paper than it does on the field, that was just this game. When you look at it here, Bryce Young here, this might have been a touchdown. Let's see. And it is, well, I don't know, but I mean, look at that, though. That was good O-line protection. I mentioned that the O-line has got to step it up, but this was one of those plays where they did show up. Look at this bunch here. The entire defensive line of Mercer is moved to the left. The O-line for Alabama is moved to the left. There's a whole open space. This is literally bunched up right here. I love this. Good protection for Bryce Young. He's going to throw deep, and it is caught. And I believe that is a Jai Hall number 11. We had number 11 for Henry Ruggs a few years ago, but let me double check here. I believe number 11. Oh, Trayshawn Holden, not a Jai Hall. I apologize. But either way, overall, a great performance. 48-14. Alabama gets the win over Mercer in week 2. Great offense so far in this season. Phenomenal defense. But again, I got to see it against a better team like Florida next week, or give it a few weeks when we get to the month of October, which I can't wait for, man. I'm ready for it to cool down. I'm ready for the pumpkin spice and all that crap. Let's go. But we get, sticking back to football, we get into October, man. There's a stretch in there with A&M, with Ole Miss, with Mississippi State. We got the third Saturday game. The two toughest games, honestly, on this schedule are Ole Miss on October 2nd. That's at home. And then a road trip to A&M. A&M currently number 7. Ole Miss number 17 currently. Alabama atop the West in the SEC 2-0 and sitting pretty high at number 1. I love you guys. I'm going to get out of here. Wanted to do some film breakdown and just give my thoughts on this Alabama Week 2 victory, 48-14 over the Mercer Bears. Tide fans, really whoever you are, don't care who you're a fan of, let me know what you saw out of this game, what you see out of Bama, what you see. Maybe if you're out there, you're an expert on Mercer. I don't know. But let me know what you guys think about this video, what I broke down, what you saw, what you liked, what you didn't like. Comment down below in the comment section. Be sure to hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. I love you guys. Jesus loves you. Keep your head up. God bless. And as always, folks,
roll down Tide.
Roll Tide, roll. I love y'all. Peace out. Bye.